I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. The only source of knowledge is experience. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? Intellectuals solve problems, geniuses prevent them. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. A question that sometimes drives me hazy: am I or are the others crazy? Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. I am not only a pacifist but a militant pacifist. I am willing to fight for peace. Nothing will end war unless the people themselves refuse to go to war. If people are good only because they fear punishment, and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. Never do anything against conscience even if the state demands it. In matters of truth and justice, there is no difference between large and small problems, for issues concerning the treatment of people are all the same. Everyone should be respected as an individual, but no one idolized. Pure mathematics is, in its way, the poetry of logical ideas. The environment is everything that isn't me. Technological progress is like an axe in the hands of a pathological criminal. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Only two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the former. Peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. Nationalism is an infantile disease. It is the measles of mankind. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives, and not in what he is able to receive. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Joy in looking and comprehending is nature's most beautiful gift. Any man who can drive safely while kissing a pretty girl is simply not giving the kiss the attention it deserves. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit and a violin. What else does a man need to be happy? There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded the individual. No amount of experimentation can ever prove me right. A single experiment can prove me wrong. He who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe is as good as dead. His eyes are closed. If you were out to describe the truth, leave elegance to the tailor. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. The distinction between the past, present and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. It is my conviction that killing under the cloak of war is nothing but an act of murder. The hardest thing to understand in the world is the income tax. The whole of science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking. We cannot despair of humanity, since we ourselves are human beings. Put your hand on a hot stove for a minute and it seems like an hour. Sit with a pretty girl for an hour, and it seems like a minute. It is a miracle that curiosity survives formal education. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle, requires creative imagination and marks real advance in science. Do not worry about your difficulties in mathematics. I can assure you mine are still greater. Science is a wonderful thing if one does not have to earn one's living at it. An empty stomach is not a good political advisor. I want to go when I want. It is tasteless to prolong life artificially. I have done my share. It is time to go. I will do it elegantly. Imagination is more important than knowledge. I believe that the simple and unassuming manner of life is best for everyone, best both for the body and the mind. I think and think for months and years. 99 times, the conclusion is false. The 100th time I am right. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives.